guess it's that time. Another Blink FAQ. I'm not going to do too much talking in this one, at least not till the end. People ask me what my favorite Blink riffs are, and I'm just going to play them. I got a top 10. You know, there's obviously some good ones I left out, but I think I made a pretty good list. So, and when I say riff, I mean something that's usually single note stuff. I mean, you can have some chords in there, but it's usually a single note run, and it usually has to repeat. You know, it's different from like a guitar solo, which, you know, Tom does more in like the older stuff. So some of that sort of stuff is going to be omitted. I'm looking for something that is repetitive, you know, mostly single note stuff, and yeah, this is my top 10. So, those are my top 10 favorite Blink riffs. And all but one of them were pretty much all single notes. Easy Target was a bit different. It's all octave chords, but I mean, I still consider it a riff just because it's repetitive, it's very catchy, and I don't know, it's just fun to play. You know, the best part about a riff is it's just fun to play. And I remember the first time I heard Easy Target, that end section, I thought was so cool. I never really heard Tom play quite like that, and he started to do some more stuff similar to that, similar to that sort of riff. He does some stuff in like the earlier Angels and Airwaves stuff, and then some of the later Angels and Airwaves stuff, and you know, he definitely started doing a lot with like sliding octave chords around. I always thought that was really cool. First one I played was Adam's song. Obviously, I'm in standard tuning right now, and that's in, I believe, 2.5 steps down or 1.5 steps down. I don't remember. I think it's 1.5. And sounds incredible on a baritone. I'd love to actually get another baritone someday. But I always just really like that riff, especially mixed with like the pre-chorus. It's just a really great, like, kind of droney sort of sound, and you know, the baritone really lends itself nicely to that. Rock Show was the second one I did. Just a fun riff. It's fast. It's not super hard to play, and I don't know, it's just really satisfying to hear it, to play it. I don't know. It was just always one of my favorite Blink riffs to play. One of my favorite songs to play growing up. So that one's just going to be in there no matter what. Next one was Man Overboard. I recently did a cover of that song, and I forgot just how fun that song is to play. And some of the riffs in that song are really cool. You know, nothing super challenging, but just a great example of how something really simple can be so catchy and so fun to play. Tom was always very good at that. After Man Overboard was Anthem Part 2. That little beginning riff after this part is always one of my favorite riffs that he's ever done. That song in general is just full of really great guitar parts, and that'll always be one of my top favorite choices for sure. Next was Dumpweed, probably the best opening song that Blink has ever done. It's a great show opener, it's a great album opener, and it's just such a huge riff. It really is just massive. I really love it. And then the part that comes after that, you know, the higher, like, picking part is really fun too. You know, really, really satisfying. After that was Easy Target. I mentioned that already. And then I go to Wasting Time, which is definitely one of Tom's best earlier riffs. It's a bit of a challenge. It took me quite a long time to really perfect how to play that, but I'm pretty confident that I have it down now as he plays it. And yeah, it's just a great riff, you know, and it really goes all over the fretboard too, which is really fun. So I really like that one. After that, I played M&M's, which, if I didn't include it in this list, I'm pretty sure people would riot. It's one of his most well-known riffs, especially from the early days, and I get a lot of requests just on like how to play that one, or to just play it in general. It's a great riff. Second to last was Dysentery Gary. That was always one of my favorite riffs for sure. It was one of the first riffs that I wanted to learn on guitar. I always just thought it was really cool, and yeah, I still love playing it to this day. I jam that riff all the time. And lastly is quite possibly the best riff that Blink-182 is known for, and that was Damn It. Just purely iconic riff. Mark wrote it from what we know, and I don't know, it's just a killer riff, and you know, it's just one of those other instances where something super, super simple is just incredibly catchy, incredibly fun to play, and just about everybody knows it. If you play that riff, most guitar players especially are gonna know what it is, because it's just a great riff. So like I said, there were gonna be some songs that I omitted because they didn't quite have what I had set for rules. Like Carousel was a song that I thought about adding, but a lot of that stuff isn't really repetitive, except for maybe the bridge section, which is a very good riff. And then the whole like solo section in the beginning, I don't really consider that a riff. I consider it more of a solo, and that's a great song too. I could have put Natives in there. Natives is really similar to Eminem's though, so I didn't feel like I really needed to. I really like the intro to Going Away to College, but you know, that's not super flashy. I just think they're great chords, and I don't know if I consider it much of a riff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys have personal favorites, feel free to mention them down below. I mean, Tom has written some great stuff over the years, and you know, maybe I could do a list of, you know, top Tom DeLonge riffs that aren't Blink. You know, maybe I can do stuff that's, you know, from his solo project with the demos, odds and ends. I could do stuff from Angels and Airwaves, and then Boxcar Racer. You know, that's an idea. If you guys want that, definitely let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask them below, and I'll see what I can do to answer. I'll see you later.